Good morning. It's Darren. Just had to start the day with this nugget. KDFW reports a Louisiana senator, GOP Senator John Kennedy, claims that eating radioactive shrimp, like the kind sold at Walmart, may lead to people turning into the alien from the Sigourney Weaver movies. The FDA issued a recall on contaminated shrimp found in major retail stores across 13 states. Kennedy is urging for better inspection of imported shrimp to protect consumers from potential health risks. Listen.
This is a photograph of the alien from the movie Alien. This is what you could end up looking like if you eat some of the raw, frozen shrimp being sent to the United States by other countries. If you eat it, how could you end up looking like the alien in the Alien? Because the shrimp was radioactive. It'll kill you. Even if it doesn't turn you into the alien if you eat this stuff, I guarantee you'll grow an extra ear.
Of course, elected in 2017, Kennedy has made a name for himself on Capitol Hill with his wit, humor, and penchant for folky expressions. This is me, elected and drunk. Happy Monday.
Starting. It's starting.
Starting right now.
The show's starting. You're starting to get on my nerves.
Just start, I think. Just start now. Starting now.
Now, good morning. Good Monday morning to you. Hi. How are you? Good. Glad you're here. Hey, early birds. So glad. I ate some shrimp from Sam's Club. I'm living in the dark side. But if you see anything start to come out of my mouth, well, I'll notice it first. That's how that usually works. A happy Monday with you. It's Fair Week. Thus begins Fair Week. It actually really started Saturday with the parade. And that was fun. Ended up watching. I ended up not riding my one wheel because when I got up to go get geared up and get ready for the parade, it was still freaking raining. We had a little bit of rain. Not much, but enough that everything was wet. And I was like, well, I'm not going to ride on a wet street. And so I opted out and opted to instead be able to sit and just watch the parade and watch my son march in his first parade ever. And that made me happy. That was well worth every single bit of it. Hooray. But in hindsight, I don't think a one wheel in a parade is a good idea. I mean, if it's a bigger, wider street, maybe so, and you've got clearance to run up and down, but not in our parades. Too many people's little banshee children running in, trying to, grab candy that somebody dropped in the middle of the street because they don't know how to put candy in the sides. It's just too dangerous with that, and it's a slow pace. So it's a lot of creeping and carving, which is fun, but not when you got to dodge people's kids and stuff like that. So opting out of one wheels in parades, that's just not going to probably ever happen. I will tell you this, though. Live long and prosper. Today is Star Trek Day. Am I a Star Trek fan? I don't know if I would consider myself a fan. I'm a person who has enjoyed the shows in various formats and variations. Do I know lore and all that? Not really. I mean, I'm not like the deep dive guy. Same thing for sports, kind of. Like I enjoyed it, enjoyed watching it. I know who Captain Kirk is and Spock and Scotty and all them, Damn it, Jim, I'm a doctor, not a pediatrician. The child will die. Hello, my ragtime gal. Yeah. So anyway, it's Fair Week. We're going to talk about some fair food today. I've got a top 10. It's kind of doubled down. I got a top 10 of favorite fair foods. These are you got to get these. And then just some weird ass fair foods that I found around the internet. I was looking at state fairs because state fairs are always a blast. A lot of them have already happened. Missouri State Fair is done. Texas, though, I think they have theirs this month, like towards the end of the month. Star Trek Day, it's National Pledge of Allegiance Day. I got my Red Hawks gear on because, Dubs. SEMO Volleyball, by the way. I'm rocking my volleyball shirt today. I'm going to give some love to my friend Beth's daughter. Miss St. John is on that starting roster. Looking good, too, SEMO Volleyball. There's a couple big wins in Turney and Indiana over the weekend. Strong play. I can't wait. Unfortunately, and I get to do PA for almost the whole season, but I got to miss the first game this Thursday because I got Singo. It's a busy week around these parts. What being fair week and all. Anyway, Heartland Idol finals are tonight at 7 p.m. here at the SEMO District Fair. At the SEMO District Fair. Remember when they had a jingle? You like Star Trek better than Star Wars? I think that's comparing zebras to elephants, though, to me. Like, it's just two different things. Star Trek was a series. That's where it began. And then they made movies, and far too many of them, in my opinion. So they're all, good in their own way. Save the whales, right? But just a lot of them. But then there's, I guess, a lot of Star Wars movies. But there's not Star Wars series. Those came later. It was like kind of a, chicken, egg, chicken. Both successful in their own right. Both fun science fiction franchises. I enjoy them both. But I would love to watch a full-on throwdown at Comic-Con between the two. Star Trek people to Star Wars people. No doubt in my mind the Star Wars people would win that one. Oh, it would be a one-sided battle. Plastic lightsaber bruises on all the Star Trek kids. All right, Heartland Idol finals tonight. 7 p.m. Our finalists are hitting the stage, singing their hearts out. Just singing whatever songs they do. I don't know what they sing. I don't know what their song list is. You can find more information at realrock993.com. And then come out at 7 and support them because one of them will be crowned the River City Appliance and Home Heartland Idol champ. And they win $1,000. That's pretty cool. Don't stop believing. There'll be some country songs. There'll be some rock songs. I don't know if there'll be some rock songs. I know that there's some dudes that are rockers that try out for Heartland Idol. My own prison. Kirby and I were singing Creed songs, other songs as Creed songs the other day at the game. It was fun. They both have their moments, yeah. It's National Pledge of Allegiance Day, National Dog Walker Appreciation Day. If you walk a dog or you have a dog walker, show them some love. Give them a little extra treat. One for the dog, one for you, Walker. Dog Walker, Texas Ranger, Texas Bounty Hunter. Pediatric Hematology Oncology Nurses Day. Pediatric Hematology Oncology Nurses Day. A lot of hard work. And that's hard work. Any of the pediatric work I could not do. I'm just too weak. I could not handle that. My soul is not built to handle that kind of work with kids. I break apart too easily. But cheers to you, and thank you for the work that you do. It is World Physical Therapy Day. If you're supposed to be doing your physical therapy, if you've been assigned some therapy, you need to do it. It's important. It's International Food Delivery Day. Does that mean it's a day of delivery of international food, or is it food delivery being celebrated internationally? I don't like these ambiguous days. International Food Delivery Day. You know what? We're going to say it's food being delivered internationally. So today I appreciate the Sri Lankan meal that's going to show up at my doorstep today from Sri Lanka, International Food Delivery Day. See, doesn't that sound ridiculous? Of course that's not it. Look at that. Fred even found the emojis, the Star Trek hands emojis. I mean, there's a point to the Star Trek kids. Do you see Star Wars emojis? Can you find a Star Wars emoji to put in there? I doubt it. Maybe a Wookiee foot? If you're wondering, yeah, I flipped it up today. I went with a cold brew, the salted maple cold brew, cold foam cold brew, whatever it is called. It was good. It's damn good. I thought, you know what, I'll just binge a little bit this morning. It really doesn't have too much sugar in it, but it has sugar in it. And we'll balance that. Falafels from DoorDash. Yeah, Fred. Or Dennis, sorry. Why does it say replying to? Okay, that's what threw me off. Okay, cool. And it's Bacon Burger Day. Hooray for bacon. Hooray for burgers. Let's put the pig and the cow in the same barn and chow down. Yum-a-dum-dum. Bacon Burger Day. Today's TIQ is brought to you by SEMO Volleyball. Ready for another championship season? Yeah, yes, I am. Thanks for asking. Okay, here's today's TIQ. Let me get it. Whoa, where's my flipper? Whoa. I'm waiting for the transition for the right side. Here we go. Only 1% of this food in the U.S., that's sold in the U.S., will actually be eaten. What is it? Only 1% of this food that's sold in the U.S. will actually be eaten. We are pretty wasteful with our food. 1% of this food, though. What could this food... I got to stop fucking with the mic. Leave it there. It's fine right there. It can pick you up. It doesn't have to be moved around a lot. It's like Dave Letterman. You know how I used to fidget with a pencil all the time? I fidget with the mic. I need a pencil, I guess. I'll show you my orthopedic pencil. It's a knee. Actually, I guess it'd be this way. For technically. Anyway, no it isn't. It's an arm. Is it? It's a knee. I think it's supposed to be a patella right there. But it would be this way, wouldn't it? Tibia, fibia, left leg maybe? Popcorn, says Dennis. Nope, that's a good guess. I wouldn't have thought that's actually a way more intelligent guess than what mine was. Celery. No, not it. Let's get into some birthdays. We've got a segment today. We're going to talk about stranger danger. If you saw The Stranger scrolling this morning and you were like, oh, is this about sitting on your hand so it feels like somebody else? No! We're going to talk about ways to keep yourself safe from somebody that might be following you in a parking lot. And without sounding misogynistic, this is pretty much directed towards the ladies, but it really applies to anybody. And any of us can deal with this stuff. So we're going to talk about that a little bit this morning. Mickey, good morning. Yo, indeed. How do you start your Monday? Yo. Had some fun last night at my buddy Wes's house. You know Wes? Wes Grable, purveyor of fine tie-dyes, of which I wore one last night. And I took my one wheel to his house, and I rode around his yard, and it was fun. Tuna fish, no. Spam, no. Fruitcake, that's a good guess. But anyway, hung out for a moon party. It was a full moon last night. So we had the moon party. Hung out, enjoyed some time, some good food. Couple of dark beers. It was quite a good Sunday evening. Happy birthday to Eric Engelhart. It is Eric's birthday. Eric is one of the few Erics I know that has, you always have to ask, is it Eric with a C or Eric with a K? Not this Eric. It's both. E-R-I-C-K. He's covered. You can't screw it up, but you can still screw it up. It's Eric Engelhart's birthday. Happy birthday. Happy birthday to Noah Hudson. Noah, if you go to Noah's profile, he's got pictures with famous people. Tons of famous people. Except me. Ain't no picture with me, Noah. Happy birthday. Noah's a funny kid. Happy birthday, dude. Mickey can stalk me to the moon and back. She'll probably catch me. I'm not a fast mover. Canned pork, parsley. Jeannie says, good morning. Bananas. No. Only 1% of this food in the U.S. will be eaten. That's sold in the U.S. will be eaten. But good guess. Jeannie was there. Hey, it was good to see you last night. Happy Full Moon Monday. It is also Joshua Buckite's birthday today. Joshua, happy birthday, my man. Joshua is a good human. Dave Jackson is also a good human. If you're like, oh, Davey? No, not the barkeep or his dad. This is Dave Jackson. The, where did you work at? Was it Code? Toyota, I believe? Yeah. Dave, happy birthday. Happy birthday to Angie Melton. We are cousins like, what is it like? Second cousins, I think. Anyway, Angie's beautiful. It's her birthday. Happy birthday to you. Christopher Nager. It is Christopher's birthday today. Christopher's in Paris. painting pictures, and celebrating with a baguette. I don't know. Happy birthday, Christopher. Happy birthday to Julie Brandt. Julie's little sister Casey and I went to high school together, and Casey was one of my best friends. And then Casey started working for the casino system and sold her soul to the devil, to the Satan. Just kidding. Casey's awesome. Casey had such a good dry sense of humor, you know. It just it's like when you cut yourself with such a sharp knife that you don't know you cut yourself till you see the blood. That's Casey's sense of humor. You got to be careful. Taking a guess on the old T-I-Kiz-U. Julie Brandt, happy birthday. Kimmy Sue Clark of Sugar Chic Creamery. Kimmy, happy birthday. Kimmy's awesome. I haven't seen Kimmy in a long time. I kind of miss Kimmy. It's just the way it is. But I'm sure I'll see you soon. Happy birthday. Happy birthday to, it's a fun one because she got so many names. Rhonda Ketrick Kupit Skala. Rhonda, it's your birthday. You're aware of that. Now everyone else is. Happy birthday to you. Jell-O Pudding Pops. 1% will be licked. I liked Jell-O Pudding Pops when I was a kid. I liked the chocolate ones. You know what my favorite thing about them was? This is what I would do. This is the nerd Darren. You know how sometimes like a little freezer burny frost inside, get on them, and it'll be a little sheet of ice, and you get it just right, and it melts off the fudge, and you get the ice with the fudge, little fudge on it, but it's mostly just ice water. I would take it and dip it in my cup of water and let it refreeze so I'd have more ice to lick. But I liked the Jell-O Pudding Pops. Chocolate was my favorite. Rhubarb, carrots, beets. All good guesses, Dennis. Not it. Shelly Harsha Worley. Happy birthday to Shelly. Shelly was one of my artists I worked with in Houston. She had a duet with her friend, and they played some wonderful songs. And Shelly was, gosh, they were so young when they worked, 16 or 17. And it was so cool because they were young and they were talented musicians. They came out and played in Houston, got to play at Fitzgerald's downstairs. You know, it's big points. You got Fitz's. Anyway, Shelly has since married and had kids and sells lamps and shit, and her husband's awesome, and he looks like somebody that would be famous but isn't, but should be. Happy birthday, Shelly. Hope it's an amazing one. I bet it'll be well decorated. Cauliflower. No. Dennis is like all the things I hate. And go. You're like that's like the third grader list of no foods. No rhubarb, carrots, beets, cauliflower. Count me in. We're making a stew. And Chris Gerke's birthday's today. Famed singer, teacher, leader, futurist. Chris Gerke, happy birthday. What an amazing guy. And you know, when we joke about, well, we don't, but at the Catfish Games, we were talking about how we should do, and I can't remember the style of voicing, but you know, the old-timey record days. Well, up to the back now, we got number 27, Terry Johnson, hailing from Yosemite. You know, that old school, I can't remember, vaudevillian sounding kind of voice. But Chris Gerke can sing and do all of that and does it so well. We used to do this like jazz show thing when I was in college, and he'd get up and sing, you know, the hello, my baby, hello, my darling. That's Gerke can nail that stuff. But so many other things. But that's just what sticks out because it's fun. Dennis, I'm going to ask you to narrow that last guess to one guess. That's 3 guesses. Pumpkins, turnips, yams. What are you trying to do? You trying to create a meme? One of those is the right guess. I'm not going to tell you which one. Fix it, damn it. You're on the cusp, Dennis. Hey, by the way, it's Gaten Matarazzo's birthday today, and you know him as Dustin from Stranger Things. You know, Dustin Henderson, Toothless. He's 23 today. The kid from Stranger Things is 23 now. No, Dennis, you dingbat. You already gave me the answer. You just, ginger. Some people like to eat ginger. I like ginger in certain contexts. Lima beans, no. No, you already said the answer, Dennis. But why did you give me a triple answer? Comma's more effective than the enter key. Happy birthday to Wiz Khalifa, who's 38 today. Millionaire Wiz Khalifa, 38. I think I just did some That wasn't Wiz Khalifa's rap that I just did. It was Lil Wayne. That's okay. We be carving pumpkins instead of eating them. Yeah, Dennis, it is pumpkins. We're going to give Dennis... Oh, man, the orange one is so much brighter than the red one. Happy birthday, Dennis. It's your TIQ birthday. You did it. Dennis wins the TIQ for today. And there was much laud and admiration poured upon him. Congratulations. Candy corn, I would agree, is probably a lower percentage. But it's not a year-round, right? But pumpkins, yeah, we carve them. We be carving pumpkins instead of eating them round these parts. I don't know what Layla's been making lately, but I don't know if it's a smoothie she's been putting pumpkin in or something, but there was canned, like, pumpkin filling in the fridge, pumpkin puree. And I'm like, well, don't take it out of the can and put it in plastic first, because you're going to get tenny funk if you have an open can, you know? When you have leftovers in the can, it's just no good. Anyway, who cares about all that shit? It's Jonathan Taylor Thomas's birthday, and he's 44. And those of you who had his little tiger beat ass back in the 90s, and you're like, he's on Home Alone, he's so cute. Jonathan Taylor Thomas is now 44. We're adults. I don't know if he's cute anymore. Didn't he get in... No, it was the blonde kid that got in a bunch of trouble, right? I don't know. Yay for you, Dennis. High fives all around. It's Pink's birthday. Pink is 46. Same shade, still cool. Happy birthday, Pink. Lorenz Tate is 50, the big 5-0. Brooke Burke, one of my newscaster crushes from back in the day and former host of Dancing with the Stars. Brooke Burke, 54 today. She's selling some thigh masters on the internet. 54, Brooke Burke, happy birthday. And David Arquette is also 54 today. You know David Arquette from Scream and other things. He's 54, so congratulations, David Arquette. You made it this far. What else? It is time for Today in History stuff. Let's say we're going to talk some stranger danger, and we're going to talk fair foods today because, gosh darn it, it's SEMO District Fair time. So many fun things. I swear it creeps up. Okay, stay there. No, stay. I think it slowly does. I think the spring slowly pulls it up. Maybe I'm not losing my mind that I have to feel like I constantly adjust this thing. What a morning show. Hey, did you know it's Pledge of Allegiance Day because it was on this date in 1892 that the Pledge of Allegiance was first published. Jose, can you see? Yes, I can see just fine. Thank you. It doesn't help when I boop it with my coffee. 1930, Scotch tape was developed. We've all used it. Before 1930, they had no way to wrap presents. Do you know that? No, it's terrible. They would tie strings around them. But 1930, Scotch tape. World changed. We were able to go to space now. 1966, Star Trek first aired. You guys should go back and watch the pilot episode today. The original pilot episode for Star Trek from 1966. Knock yourself out. 1973, number one song in the land. Womp, 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 womp. I've been really trying, baby. Marvin Gaye. Trying to hold back this feeling for so long. But if you feel like I feel, sugar, come on. Oh, come on. Let's get it on. Got to get it on. You got to get it on. Let's get it on. Come on, man. Marvin Gaye. Baby making music. 1973. When was I born? May of 1974. Was I conceived to Marvin Gaye? Let's get it on. I doubt it. 1990. I don't know if it's baby making music, but somebody probably got married to this one. John Bon Jovi hits number one with Blaze of Glory. Right? Good song. Wait. It was 1990. It was Young Guns 2, the soundtrack. I'm going out in a blaze of glory. Kiefer Sutherland riding across the plains. Anyway, it was good stuff. And that was 1990. You know what else happened the same date? John Bon Jovi hit number 1, and the New Kids on the Block cartoon series made its debut. And I'll be honest, I did not know this was a thing. I didn't know this happened. It was off my radar. I was watching In Living Color. But the New Kids on the Block had a cartoon series. It lasted 1 season on ABC, debuted on this date in 1990, where the animated New Kids would travel the world and face challenges like getting to the concert on time. To me, it was a bunch of white execs that said, you know, the Harlem Globetrotters cartoon did well for years. We should do something similar with a boy band. It only lasted 1 season. But you know what? Then in the early 2000s, we got Big Time Rush. And that was a whole different thing. Big Time Rush all day. Let's go. Right, Bethy? I did not. I mean, I just didn't. I kind of am curious to see what they looked like animated. I don't know. It was probably like, well, it's 1990 animation. They just look like the extras in Transformers. If you grew up as a 90s kid, you may have enjoyed Blue's Clues. It debuted in 1996, and by that point I had zero interest in any kids shows, so I did not get any Blue's Clues in my life. However, for some of you who are 10, 15, 20 years younger than I am, Blue's Clues! And like this was a big thing for you guys. See, and that shows the difference in the generations for me, I think. Because for me, like Blue's Clues and what's his name that was the host of it? Bob or Dave, whatever. I'm sorry, I don't know. I didn't care. I should know better as an iconic person. But anyway, like people now, he set you on the right path. Yeah, Lorraine. Dennis nailed it. It was pumpkin. 1%. Because we carve them up, right? Or we throw them off of bridges with our heads missing. Steve, thank you, Mickey. Sorry. So Steve, and now Steve is older, right? And he put a message out a couple of years ago or whatever and just like made so many people feel good. That's awesome. I think that's awesome. What did my generation have? We had Wile E. Coyote or Bugs Bunny, and that's why we're smart asses and we don't mind throwing bricks. That was our cartoon child. No, we had Fred fucking Rogers. Are you kidding me? Hello, neighbor. Fred Rogers, Symphonian. That was, just one of many. But yeah, Blue's Clues debuted on this date, 1996. It's awesome. Let's see, 1998, back when it was just, they were bigger, stronger, and it was more fun to watch. Juice. Mark McGwire, St. Louis Cardinals, on this date, 1998, broke Roger Maris's record for home runs in a single season. Number 62. Knocked it off Chicago Cubs pitcher Steve Trashel. It's pronounced Trashel. Trashel. Thanks for 62. It was a magical time for baseball. Of course, everybody was juiced up, and they broke it. Thank you for breaking baseball. 2003, the RIAA, the Recording Industry Association of America, a.k.a. the Digital Nazis, they filed 261 copyright lawsuits against internet users for trading songs online. You didn't catch me, bitch. The Electric Company, Romper Room, Dennis, yes. I see Dennis. Wait, I see Dennis. He's a doobie. Remember that? Romper Room, man. I had Romper Stompers when I was a kid. Legit had Romper Stompers. It was like the orange plastic with the yellow plastic handle hold up, where you pull it up and you go Romper Stompers. The toys we had taught us to balance so we didn't break ourselves, and sometimes we broke ourselves. That was the perils of childhood toys. Loved it. And I see you and you and you. Now I was thinking of Uncle Briggs. Remember Uncle Briggs? And Captain Kangaroo. Captain Kangaroo, yeah, man. He was self-deprecating humor. That's Captain Kangaroo. Great mustache, helmet hair. Let's go. RIAA, though, sued everybody. Like, kids got sued. I did get a little nervous, I'm not going to lie, but I was smart with how I did mine. You LimeWire, y'all pay for something to get your music. You're silly. Napster, though. We barreled down on Napster. Then we got into used groups and Usenets and trading in back doors. We didn't find it. My friend Paul and I, he went to school in Rolla, and we had a group of people, man, we were trading live shows and shit all the time. All right, could suck it. Statute of limitations says you can't do shit about it either. Oh, let's see. Nah, Ray Rice can go to hell. 2015, on this date, Waffle House served its 1 billionth waffle. Yep, 1 billion waffles served and growing. That was 10 years ago. Waffle House, by the way, statistically sells 145 waffles per minute. And they serve up justice from 2 to 3 a.m. on Tuesdays. Mr. Green Jeans, yep. Now, Bozo, that's a way back. That's a reruns for me. 2022, Queen Elizabeth passed away on this date. Well, let's, we kind of have to. Let's have Stone Richards pop in and give us the weather. Hi, Stone. Hey, it was good to see you at tailgating Saturday. Next time, though, eat before you come. Okay? You were a little much. It is a beautiful week ahead, a dry week ahead, a warming trend. 78 for the high today, but sunshine all week. Low tonight about 52. By the end of the week, high around 93, 94 maybe. It's going to be a toasty one. Not a terrible toasty. Where the hell's my weather? Come back up here. But yeah, by tomorrow we're 84, 89 Wednesday, Thursday 93, Friday 93. So it's fair week. It's going to be a warm week, but a dry week. It's definitely a dusty one. Did anybody go to the demolition derby or the truck and tractor pull deal that went down Saturday? A demo derby. I love a good demolition derby, but man, on that hard packed soil and everything, with as dry as it's been the last few weeks, I bet that was something else. I bet there was some serious crash, boom, smash, ka-chow. Demo derby, baby. Let's go. That's really it. No real chance of precipitation for the week, right, Stone? So if you still got some, late summer plants or whatever, don't forget to water your shit. Water all your babies. I need to go water as soon as I get out of here today, but I can't. Got to wait until we get Nate and friends. By the way, on air after the show, like right after the show, I'm going to have Nate Savarino and Bree Hall and Coach Julie Yankus, is coming in. Talk about a little SEMO volleyball home opener this Thursday. You can come see them. It will be fun. And some fantastic volleyball. D1, baby. Let's hit it, okay? Come in Thursday. Cheer. Cheer for everybody. What's going on Thursday for volleyball, Darren? Like, what are they doing? Well, it's, oh, damn it. I had it open. Now I'm a turd and I screwed it up. It's the Pepper Party Tailgate that's happening before the game starts. The Pepper Party Tailgate, what's that mean, Darren? It's a tailgate on the front steps from 4 to 6 p.m. Thursday night, sponsored by Dr. Pepper. It's a pepper party. Plus, you talk about playing pepper to warm up. Volleyball terms. Let's go. Good morning, Fabio. Hey. It's been a hot minute, my man. So, all right, Stone, that's it, buddy. I'll see you later this week on Wednesday. We'll hang out again, right? For sure. Oh, we got to do the next part. Thank you. Hungry Jack's drive-through breakfast bits served daily at 6 a.m. or 8:04 as the case might be. Found out Caitlin Clark's injury, if you're keeping up with the WNBA, is going to keep her out for the rest of the season. Womp womp. That's a bummer for her and for her team. We wish her quick recovery. The singer who co-founded the buoyant 1960s hitmakers, the Turtles, Imagine me and you and me. Together and toss the dice. Na-na-na-na-na-na-na. So happy together. Da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. I can't see me loving nobody but you. I love that song. Happy Together, the Turtles. The singer who co-founded the band, Mark Volman, was half of the harmonious, humorous duo, Flo and Eddie. Mark Volman passed away. He was 78. Can you name another Turtles song? How about You Showed Me? Huh? That's two. The most expensive Lego set to date, the Ultimate Collector's Series Death Star, will go on sale next month. The Ultimate Collector Series Death Star model. 9,023 pieces. 9,023 pieces. 28 inches tall, 32 inches wide, 11 inches in diameter. Yours for just $999.98. Yeah, $1,000 Lego model. That's a buck a brick. Just about. A little over. Whew. Pretty cool, though. Just saying. If anybody wants to give me a Christmas present. Speaking of kids shows, we talked about Blue's Clues, and now there's Bluey. That's one of the latest things that I don't know what Bluey is. Is that an interpretation of Blue's Clues? Is it like the new generation of Blue's Clues? I don't know. Anyway, Bluey, they got a movie coming out, a Bluey movie. It's going to hit theaters in August of 2027. So if you have children that love Bluey now, when that movie comes out, they'll probably have outgrown it. Just to let you know. Sorry. 2 years. Who cares? Why are you telling me this now, Darren? Vision of Humanity has ranked the most peaceful countries in the world. My dad is on his way back today. He texted me this morning, said, getting ready to catch our flight out of Zurich. He's been in Switzerland. He's been riding a train, exploring the Alps, having an adventure. Good for him. It's been cool. I've got some great pictures he sent over. Well, we'll have to do a Commander's Journey recap again. Anyway, Vision of Humanity has ranked the most peaceful countries in the world. Top of the list, Iceland. Number 2, Ireland. And number 3, New Zealand. That's your top 3 countries in the world. I would take a chance at living in any of those. Let me go. Good internet? Let's do it. Iceland, Ireland, and New Zealand. Beautiful places. Bucket list places for me to visit before I die. Peaceful countries. Not surprising, on the reverse end of the spectrum, Russia came in last at 163rd. Buck a brick. Buck a brick. I am uncertain, Dennis. I don't think so, but I'm not sure. That was all. It all gets washed under the Dr. Demento umbrella, right? Justin Bieber released that surprise album Swag a couple months ago, remember? He has shared with his fans that Swag Part 2 is on the way. So there you go. Hey, little baby, let me whisper in your ear. I'm Justin Bieber, and I like to drink beer. According to a new survey, almost half of U.S. adults say that they're ordering from the kids' menus at restaurants to save money and get smaller portions. Well, good for you. If a restaurant will let you, that's a great idea. You know, I'll have the Ranger meal, please, because it's $12 cheaper than your adult one that has 2 more chicken strips or whatever the difference is. You know what I mean? Going out to eat has gotten out of control. The costs are just over the top. Let's see. New Guinness Book of World Records holder Kokichi Akuzawa is now in the Guinness World Records after he reached the top of Mount Fuji. Well, a lot of people have summited Mount Fuji. What's making this one so special? He is now the oldest person to have summited Mount Fuji at the tender young age of 102. That's right. He's 102, and he climbed Mount Fuji. Don't we all feel like fat, lazy bastards? And finally, over the weekend, or I think it was Friday, they had an auction with some, Hollywood props and stuff. They do those every once in a while for charity, for whatever. Darth Vader's OG lightsaber from Star Wars, the iconic lightsaber of Darth Vader, went up on the auction block. The bidding started at $500,000. Somebody dished out $3.65 million for Darth Vader's lightsaber. Anybody see any tricorders at that auction going for anything crazy? I don't think so. Spock's ear tips. What would those go for on auction? You met Mr. Fuji once? Did he have his little bowler hat on? Did he smile? Did he crack a smile or anything? Or did he just stand there with his Fu Manchu and look hard? Stranger danger. Not you, Simple Jack. We're talking about this creepy. No, that guy didn't look suspicious at all. But, we're going to shift to a more serious tip, though, because this is something that kind of gets overlooked as a problem for people. And sometimes it's just context, bad context. Man, that guy was not stalking you to rape you or anything else. He was just, he had to poop real bad, so he was walking home real fast behind you. You know, you don't want to feel like you're judging people or that you're hyper paranoid, right? It's a social stigma. It's a contextual thing. You don't want to offend some guy because you think he's stalking you and you find out he just has to poop real bad and he's just trying to get home and you're in the same sidewalk. But there are things to be aware of, and sometimes, maybe you work late. You get off work at 11:30, 12 o'clock. You got to park far away because it was busy when you got to your shift. You get worried about those things. I worry about those things with my daughter or my wife. Who doesn't? You get concerned. I can remember a time as a child that being in the car with my mom and my sister, and we had just dropped my dad off at the airport. I think it was in St. Louis. It may have been the Cape Airport at the time. But anyway, we just dropped my dad off at the airport for a Navy trip, mission, whatever was going on. And I remember the vagueness of it was that some guy was walking up to the car, and Mom was freaking out trying to lock the doors. But he was saying that, when Dad got out, the door didn't shut all the way or shut on the seatbelt or something, and so the guy was just trying to be nice and shut the door. But what do you do? How do you react? What do you think? Okay. He did have his hat on and he was a jerk. Okay. Yeah, par for the course, I guess. The heel's a heel, right? So what do you do if a stranger starts following you in a parking lot? You draw down on him. Now, let's be serious about it. First important step is to stay calm, right? Panic, you can screw up. You can run the wrong way. You can do silly things. The first and most important step is to stay calm. Panic makes it harder to make smart choices, as I mentioned. Observation gives you the upper hand. Take note of how long the person has been behind you. How close are they? Whether you change direction, they change direction with you. Common sense things, but things to observe and make note of. Sometimes what feels like following just might be a coincidence. Maybe it's a Tuesday night. That's just the one sidewalk between A and B. Observing calmly can help you decide and make a rational decision as to whether or not you're in danger or if someone's simply sharing the same path. Okay? Yeah, you don't want to get groped, or any of those things. And I know you're not going to type that word in here. I get it. Zuccomatic 5000. So stay calm, gather information. Headphone cord there. Tip number 2, move toward people, not cars. Okay, when alarm bells go off, many instinctively head straight for the car, right? I got to get in my car. It's my safe space. But in reality, this often isolates you, which is exactly what the person or a potential criminal wants. They want you isolated. You're an easier target that way. Instead, and this can be if you're, a frail person or you're a senior or just somebody that gets freaked out by this, what you need to do is to head back towards the store entrance. Like, shit, I forgot to pick up whatever. Head back to the store entrance. Or head for a busy crosswalk. Somewhere where people are in your immediate vicinity. Make yourself popular. Criminals dislike attention, and being near crowds will lower your risk. Okay? If possible, make direct eye contact with employees in the store or security guards and signal concerns. Help me, whatever. Visibility is one of the best deterrents if you're worried about a stranger danger moment. Okay? Visibility. So be seen. Go back into the store. And we've all heard these horror stories in your local town somewhere, right? Probably close to you, where some lady was abducted out of a Walmart parking lot or a Target parking lot. It was the middle of the day and blah-blah-blah-blah, or something like that, right? So these are ways to keep yourself safer. So stay calm, gather information, move towards people, not towards cars. When you're coming out of the store, and this is especially true on those later nights where it's like, the Western Plains as far as a parking lot goes, and you got to walk in the dark or everything else, keep your keys and your phone at the ready, okay? Fumbling around looking for your keys or searching for your phone while you're walking through a parking lot makes you look distracted. Instead, you should have both of them ready in hand when you're leaving the store. And this is pretty true. I don't know if it's just a habit that I have, but I probably have my keys out ready to roll right after I started pushing my cart away from the counter. Your keys can help you enter your vehicle quickly or even serve as a last resort self-defense tool should somebody try something. Shank them with your damn keys, right? We've all sat around and played with our keys. I don't even know where my keys are. But like when you're bored and you don't want to pay attention to life. And so you take you put your fingers between your keys like this, and you're like, yeah, I'm like a ninja. Chang, chang. Do that shit and then shank some fools. All right? But you can use keys as a self-defense thing. But the biggest thing is to have them ready to go. So you get to your car, you get in your car, you're ready to go. And keeping your phone accessible means that should you need to, you can call 911 that much faster. Okay? Keep your keys and your phone ready. Use your voice as a shield. You do not need to remain quiet nor polite if there is a situation that arises that's freaking you out. Stranger danger. It is much better to be embarrassed and apologize than to be abducted. Okay, so use your voice as a shield. If a stranger continues to follow you, don't stay silent. And their intentions may not be terrible. They might follow you because you're wearing yoga pants and your butt's hanging out and they just can't stop staring at your ass. Some guys are just that brick damn dumb. But he don't have any intentions against you, but use your voice. Speak loudly. Say, stop following me. I need help. All right? It not only startles the person that's following you, whatever their intentions may be, but it also alerts anyone nearby. Yeah, that creates a social situation that maybe will be the situation that saves your life. Criminals rely on hesitation and silence to maintain control. They expect you to be the B personality. They're the alpha, right? They're ready to go. You be louder. You be bigger. Drawing attention puts them at risk of being identified. People pay attention now. There's noises being made. And even if a situation turns out to be a misunderstanding, like I said, if it's embarrassing, speaking up is better than letting fear keep you quiet. Speak up. All right? If anybody calls you a Karen, you let me know and say, well, don't be so damn creepy, person. So use your voice as a shield. Now, let's talk about earlier we said go to people, not cars. If you're going to your car, common sense prevails here. I'm going to my car. I'm going to get in my car and leave. But if you're on your way to your car, you're dealing with this kind of situation, and you believe you can reach your car safely, do so quickly but without fumbling. Unlock only your driver's side door, if that's how yours can work. Get in and lock your doors immediately. Okay? Get in and lock. Don't sit there and check your phone. When you get in your car in the parking lot, be ready to leave. Now, obviously, middle of the afternoon, there's people everywhere. Context, okay? But if this is your late at night, you're getting in your car, you just got off work, don't get in your car and hit your phone. First off, anybody who's watching you can see that you're looking down, the glow of the phone lighting your face. You are not paying attention, and they know it. So don't sit inside, check your phone. Don't count receipts. Don't arrange your groceries. Get in your damn car and get home. These are the vulnerable moments when they're most likely to strike, okay, when criminals often strike because you're distracted, and if your door's unlocked, bam. Once inside your car, drive away. Instead of staying parked, leaving the area removes you from risk entirely, okay? So enter your car safely, then leave immediately. Now, last thing, I love following guys in yoga pants. I'm saying, Lorraine. I mean, I had to stop wearing them. I just could not even get down the trail. It was just creepy. Creepy's not the word. What am I looking for? Gross. Gross, that's the word. It was just gross. Call for help without delay. Don't hesitate to call 911. People do this. People hesitate to call 911 because they're afraid that they are overreacting. I'm overreacting. This is silly. Why would I call 911 in this situation? Police officers consistently say they would rather respond to a false alarm than arrive after a crime. Right? Common sense. If you feel unsafe, call right away. Provide your exact location, a description of the person, and the behavior that concerns you. And then if the stranger walks away, reporting suspicious activity can still help protect others in the community. Should he be called on from somebody else? It's the same guy that we got that call on earlier, guys. Go check this out. Right? So speak up, speak out, be loud, be shiny, and protect yourself. And those are your tips on how to avoid stranger danger as an adult without freaking everyone out. All right? Fair food, baby. We are on the cusp of the morning show. It is 8:21. We're going to talk a little fair food, and then we're going to talk with Coach Yankus and Nate and them here in a little bit, I think. Not here, on air. Also, a good reason to back into a space. Yeah, I'm a fan of backing into parking spaces as well. And, lots of tips you can do. You can always say, always check the inside of your car before you get into. I don't know so much anymore. I was back more when you had Woody station wagons. Most popular fair foods in the U.S., top of the list is fried Oreos. Deep fried Oreos. Oreos that are just a regular-ass Oreo. They dip it in batter, throw it in a deep fryer until it's golden brown, dusted with some powdered sugar or whatever, maybe a little chocolate syrup. Warm, gooey, addictive. Deep fried Oreos. I'm not gonna poo-poo every bit of these foods. They're all sinful and terrible for you and everything else. We're just gonna leave that at that. Most of these are just shit as far as nutritional value. That's the whole point. It's balance. Go get your fair food and then walk around the fair for 4 hours, burn all that off. Deep fried Oreos, number 1 on the list. Number 2, the classic, the funnel cake, right? Just fried batter, powdered sugar on top. Some of them come with toppings. You get berries, all kinds of shit. Whipped cream or whatever. Crispy on the outside, soft on the inside. Just like my first marriage. What does that mean? Number 3 is the turkey legs, the classic smoked turkey legs. Savory, juicy, a medieval feast in your fist. Eat it to the bone, then beat somebody with it. Turkey legs, corn dogs, number 4 on the list. Another classic, corn dogs, a hot dog wrapped up in some cornbread. Deep fried, of course, like all the good fair foods. Crunchy, salty, portable. Put some ketchup on it. Phallic. Corn dogs, number 4. Number 5, cotton candy. We know what cotton candy is. It is absolutely pure sugar, and it's spun into sugar yarn and spiderwebby shit, and when you eat it in southeast Missouri and it's humid, it disappears in about 14 minutes. But this week is a good week for cotton candy. It's going to be warm, but it's not going to be terribly humid. Towards the end of the week, it'll be a little more humid. You got a less cotton candy chance. It's going to start, and then it turns into just basically like Jolly Ranchers. Fried dough of any sort is going to make the list probably. So cotton candy, that's number 5. Number 6, a little more on the savory side, loaded nachos. You know, tortilla chips and then meat, cheese, jalapenos, guacamole, sour cream, salsa. Maybe you got barbecued nachos with some pulled pork and some shit on there. It's good stuff. Go get it. Loaded nachos. Number 7 is fried pickles, which is not something I really thought of as a fair food. That's more of the Texas Roadhouse appetizer lineup. But if that is a fair food for people, I do like fried pickles. Dip them in some ranch, a.k.a. poor people sauce. Fried pickles. Blech. I like fried pickles, though. Elephant ears. This is something that is not, sometimes is confused with funnel cakes and is not the same thing. An elephant ear and a funnel cake are made 2 different ways. Elephant ears are more like a piece of dough that's flattened and fried. I think it's more like what Dennis is talking about. Flattened dough, fried, sprinkled with cinnamon sugar. It's sweet, it's chewy, it's massive. Elephant ears. Those are good. Feast fist. Fresh lemonade. Hand-squeezed fresh lemonade. You know, it's always a ripoff. It's like $4 with the souvenir cup. You can refill it later. It's like $10 or whatever. And by the time you get a cup full of ice and then half a lemon in there, you're getting like 4 ounces of lemonade. But it's tasty, isn't it? Oh, it's so tasty. Fresh squeezed lemonade. Tart. Refreshing. A fairground essential. Number 10 on the list of favorites, and this is another one that I've not seen at fairs, but I've seen at Heckley's and other places, chocolate-covered bacon. One of my favorite treats from the fat boy years is chocolate-covered bacon. A rarity. Once and again, I'd get it for birthday or being a good boy. Chocolate-covered bacon. I don't even need to say anything about it. It's chocolate-covered freaking bacon. Now, I did a little digging around at some of the weirder, more unusual, more unique fair foods around our United States of America. Oh, caramel apples reign for sure. Caramel apples are delicious. I'm a big fan of, I've got one of those, you know, those round apple slicers where it's like the pie slices and you can just push it down the apple and it goes, and automatically slices it and cores it. It's one of the best inventions ever, next to the watermelon fork. But anyway, I like using that, and then you can just drizzle the caramel. I'm more of a drizzle and dip, and I don't like the facial hair makes caramel apples messy, but I'm a big fan of the flavor. So in Mississippi, one of the favorite fair foods is Kool-Aid pickles. You guys familiar with Kool-Aid pickles? It's just dill pickles soaked in Kool-Aid. They threw Kool-Aid packet in there, made pickles. But it's neon colored. It's a sweet sour snack, mostly sour. Visually shocking. They call them Kool-Lickles down in Mississippi. Bloomin' onion, that's another deep fried fave. How about in Arizona? They have fried scorpions at the state fair. Real scorpions stuck on a stick and deep fried until crispy. They're popular. Said to taste like shrimp or popcorn. Well, it's freaking deep fried scorpion. Poor scorpion, skewered and fried. How about fried beer? How is this magic possible, you say? Beer-filled pretzel dough pockets that are deep fried and served warm. This is in the State Fair at Texas. Fried beer. No, not much alcohol content at all, right? Most of that burns off in the frying process, but the novelty is high. It actually did win awards for creativity at the State Fair of Texas. Beautiful State Fair. Cheeseburger with fried ice cream. So Florida took a savory burger, topped it with a scoop of deep fried ice cream. A wild ride for your taste buds. Enjoy. Bacon wrapped caramel apples, Lorraine. Stepping it up in Oklahoma. Classic caramel apples wrapped in crispy bacon. Holy shnikes. I'm in. I'm freaking in. Good Lord. Fair food's going to make me fat again. Fried jelly beans. Yep. Take jelly beans, they dip them in batter, deep fry them, flash fry them. It's a crunchy shell with a gooey, fruity center. It's like candy meets tempura. I don't know. I'm on the fence about that one. Candy apples are terrible for your teeth. Well, yeah. Python kebabs. Yeah, in California, you can get grilled python skewers with like Old Bay and shit. I don't know. It's like chicken or gator. Chocolate-covered bacon on a stick in Ohio. They call it the muddy pig. Sometimes they put like a cherry on it or sprinkles on it. It's different. Iowa has a humorous take on health food for your fare. They have lettuce on a stick, salad on a stick, lettuce, cherry tomatoes, cheese cubes, and croutons skewered like a kebab. Salad on a stick. Ranch dressing is optional. And Kansas has got pickle pops, which those are everywhere now. Frozen pickle brine made into popsicles. Freaking good. Freaking good. Freaking good. All right, we got to knock out Warm and Fuzzies because I'm going to have to get some guests in here pretty quick. Warm and Fuzzies, brought to you by my choice of a cold brew today. NBC says California resident Jimmy Hernandez celebrated his 100th birthday by skydiving. The World War II vet attributes his longevity to hard work and staying active. Jumping out of planes doesn't help. Hernandez advises living a clean life, maintaining warm family ties, and has a positive outlook and love for dancing and family and desserts. Thriving at 100, falling out of planes. Good job. Happy birthday, Jimmy. United Press International says animal control officers recently rescued baby squirrels from a barber shop. They were in the wall. The squirrels were inside the wall. This is in New Hampshire. The squirrels got sealed inside the wall during repairs. They didn't know they were in there. Animal control officers got the babies out, reunited them with their mother, and everybody was happy. And one more centenarian to mention, centenarian. A surprise birthday party was recently thrown for Margaret Husko. She's 104, lives at the Heritage Assisted Living and Memory Care in Madison, Alabama. The event featured her favorite treats like Dr. Pepper, banana bread, and cake. She's a mom, a grandma, a great-grandma, attributes her longevity to no smoking, no drinking, and hard work. We're all going to die young, but at least we had fun. That's your show for this morning. Nope, no perm for the squirrels. You guys have a great week. I'll see you Wednesday morning. We'll be mid-fair and right back in all the fun and frolic that comes with it. So have a great week. Be productive. Be nice humans. Watch out for stranger danger. And high fives all around. Be nice humans. I'll see you on Wednesday. Peace.